Yes, so our association has been created 5 years ago. And here are our members. So our association is currently chaired by Mr. Grabet. Mr. Grabet is the member of the board of RTE, the French TSO. And today in our association, we have more or less 100 members, obviously utilities, but also vendors, consultants, companies, big groups, SMEs, startups, as well from the electrotechnical sector and from the IT sector. We also have clusters, schools, universities, and research labs, as for example CEA, which is the French research lab for energy, nuclear and renewable energies, and many other members. We have also people from Atos, right there, the big IT French company, from Schneider Electric, they are present today too, EDF and Enedis. So, what are we doing? What are they doing? Sorry. Our smart grid system is focused on 6 dimensions. First one is about research and expertise. So in that field you can find consultants, but also professors, universities. It's all about know-how. The second dimension is about network management and operation. So in this one, you will find all the stakeholders who are participating to improve the grids, DSO and TSO grids, in order to enhance their global performance, either technical or financial, for example, through the reduction of technical losses, but also in order to develop preventive maintenance. Third topic about our smart grids, it's all about new uses. So in that topic you will find all the stakeholders working, for example, on the integration of electrical vehicle on the grid, but there are also companies working on the co-construction of smart city networks. Integration of renewable energies. So today smart grids are maybe very well known because of the integration of renewable energies. So maybe you know that in France we have a goal of integrating more or less 32% of renewable energies on our grid in 2030. This integration of renewable energies changes a lot. It can disturb a lot our grid, so it's very important to forecast wind, to forecast the sun, in order to know better how to manage the grid. Role of the prosumer. Here we can find all the technologies linked to the smart metering, but also to the storage, to the autoconsumption. Autoconsumption and flexibility are 2 fields which are developing a lot in France today, but also in Europe. And we talk also about storage. And the last one is about use of data. So many of our French actors are today focused on this new field because thanks to the smart metering, we are having now more and more data about energy. And with all this data, we can improve the management of energy in the French regions, but also in the utilities. We can know better the consumer and know better the grid. So this is a very important field, and we have got more and more stakeholders from this field joining our association. So maybe very shortly, we have 6 working groups. The one about international is chaired by General Electric Grid Solutions. We have one group about territories and innovation, because we want to have more and more innovation projects about energy in France, but not only. A scientific council. a training working group. This training working group is working on different dimensions, but the one which can interest you today is that we are organizing an exchange of students, Indian students with French students in the field of smart grids, and it will very probably begin this year. So some Indian students can come to France and can make a quarter or semester of studies and then make a training scheme in a French company. And the French students, they will come to India in the frame of IIT, Indian Institute of Technology, and they will be able to know better, much better, how is the Indian system working and how they can help, potentially with some thesis works, for example. Two last groups, data and digital transformation and public affairs. So I will not comment that too much, just to say that we have lots of different activities. During last year, for example, we created a special event for startups, and in order to make them meet the people who have money in order to grow, to complete their growth. We made a special conference on electrical mobility. We were present at the CIRED event in Madrid, presenting a document on digitalization. And we had also a very heavy presence at the European Utility Week, which was this year in Paris. And we were very happy to welcome a huge delegation of Indian companies led by Mr. Pillai. This year we also provided a webinar on the application of 5G and IoT, which was dedicated also to the international participants. So what are we going to do today? We are going to talk about microgrids and islanded networks, and it will be presented by Enedis and EDF International. New technology for distribution utilities, this will be GE. AFD, the French Agency for Development, will present us how they can finance smart energy project today. So thanks to them. In the session 2, Ethos will present us their practical experience of smart grids projects on the Indian market. And we will also have a presentation of Schneider related to T&D asset performance management system. On the session 3, we'll focus on the challenges of data for tomorrow utilities. And the closing session will be made by Mr. Maître. So thank you very much for your attention. Maybe I will leave the word to Mr. Maître now. Thank you very much.